We're going to attempt to tackle the question of how often we flop a flush draw in two different ways. The first way we're going to look at is, let's say we have an ace king or a nut flush type hand, how often we flop a flush draw. The second we're looking at is if we have a nut flush type hand or nut flush type draw in hand, and an opponent has a lower flush draw in hand, how often we both flop a flush draw. So let's go ahead and get started on this here. First off, we'll start off with the if we have like an ace king type hand, how often we pop a flush draw. Well, there's 52 cards in the deck right there, and we need to take out the two cards that we have, the ace and the hearts and the king of hearts. So subtract those there. That leaves us with a total of 50 cards. And we're looking to figure out how often we flop a flush draw. Well, one way we can flop a flush draw is heart, and another random card. And we want to know exactly how many other ways total there are. Well, there's heart, other, heart, and then there's other, heart, heart. So there's approximately 3 different ways that we can flop a flush draw with this hand. So we can count the ways as way A plus B plus C, and that'll give us our total percentage here. So we'll move that down to the bottom left hand corner. And let's first look at A, and if you'll notice that all these are the same, so once we find A, we can just add B and C as the same numbers, and that'll give us our total here. So first off, we'll start out with how many hearts there are, and there are a total of 11 hearts, and that's out of 50 cards. Okay, next we would multiply that by the total number of hearts there are for the second heart, and in this case we have not 11 hearts, we have 10 hearts. We have to take away 1 heart, and we're taking away 1 card, so instead of having 50 cards we have 49, so 1150 this time, 10 49s. And then our last component, we want to know, okay, we have heart, heart, other. Well, there's a lot of other cards here. In fact, there's 39 of them. And since we took away 2 hearts from our first 2 parts in this equation, we're going to have 39 48s at the time we're not going to get our third heart. And if we multiply all this together, we get 4,290 divided by 117,600. It comes out to approximately 3.65%. And that is for component A. Now we got to add components B and C to get our total. So we have this 3.65% number, and we'll keep that in mind there. I'm going to shrink this down. Okay, we have 3.65% for A, the same number for B, and the same number for C. We add these all together, and we get a total of 10.95% chance. So about 11% of the time, if we have a suited ace king, we are going to flop a flush draw. And if we want to take a step further and say how often do we flop a flush, well, we just take 11 50ths times 10 49ths times 9 48ths, and it gives us a total of 0.084, which comes out to about 1 in 118 or 1 in 119 times that we'd actually flop a flush. But if we're just looking at a flush draw, we're going to do it about 10.95% of the time, which is about maybe 1 in 9, 1 in 10 times. Now for the second part of this video, let's take a look at how often we're going to flop a flush draw against an opponent with a lower flush draw. So let's start out with our 52 card deck here, and we need to subtract 4 hearts. We take out 4 hearts there, and that leaves us with 48 cards left. So again, there are 3 different ways we can flop a flush draw. Let's start out with the first way here, the heart, heart, blank. There's 9 hearts total right there, and then there's out of 48 cards, so that's 1 fraction we'll multiply. And the second way is well, we got the 9 hearts here, you got to subtract 1, so that gives us 8 hearts. And there's 47 cards left, not 48, because we have to account for card removal. And then the third component, again, we have 46 cards left. Or we have 39 ways we can't make it flush, and we have to remove the 2 hearts. So we remove 2 hearts because that was taken in the other 2 ways. So we have 3946. Again, we multiply this all together, we get 2,808 divided by 103,776. And that comes out to approximately 2.71%. Now, I'm going to save some time here and just put the numbers down for the B and C components here. So we've got the numbers there, and that's the A component, B, and C components. And we add those totals up, and it comes out to 8.12%. So we can flop a flush draw approximately 1 in 12 times if we have, let's say, ace X of hearts or ace king of hearts, and our opponent has a queen jack of hearts. Approximately 1 in 12 times, or 8.12%, we will both flop a flush draw. Now, if we want to know how often they'll get coolered, in other words, we have the ace king of hearts, they have the queen jack of hearts, and there's 3 hearts on the board. Well, I've got the math for that down here. 948 times 847 times 746 comes out to 0.49%, which is 1 chance in approximately 206 or 205.9. So if we both have these cards on the left here, we will flop a flush about 1 in 206 times, or 0.049%, and we'll both flop a flush draw 1 in 12 times, or 8.12%. And that wraps up our brief overview of poker math on flush draws. Thank you for watching.